Hi, I'm Lorna Illingsworth, a mortgage advisor for Protection Investment Southampton. Today we're going to talk about saving for a deposit for your mortgage. Buying a house seems like an impossible task for some. One of the main challenges first-time buyers face is saving for a deposit. With house prices increasing drastically over the last 50 years, it means the deposit needed to buy your first home has also increased. In 2022, the average first-time buyer deposit was over £62,000. But depending on property prices in your area and how much you can borrow, you may need less or more. Ideally, you want to put as much down as you can, but this may not be possible, especially if you're paying rent whilst trying to save for your deposit. The smallest deposit that you can put down is 5% of the property's value. This will mean that your mortgage will be very high compared to the property value and could mean your mortgage payments are also high. It's worth noting that the higher deposit you can come up with, the better interest rates you'll also have access to. The first step is understanding how much you can borrow based on your income and your credit commitments. If you speak with a mortgage advisor, they can calculate this for you and advise how much deposit you will need. Typically, you can borrow 4 to 5 times your income. Once you know this figure, you can look at property values in your area. This will give you an idea of how much deposit you need to save. For example, in Southampton, terrace properties average around £280,000. If you're only able to get a mortgage of £220,000, you will need to put a deposit of £60,000. This is more than 20% of the property value. So how much deposit you need may depend on the property values in your area and the amount you could borrow from a mortgage lender. Of course, having a bigger deposit is better, but in some situations it may be beneficial for you to put a smaller deposit down. One being if you're in rental accommodation. You may be keen to own your own home and see your mortgage repayments investing in your own property rather than paying rent that you will never see again, especially if your mortgage payments will be lower than your rent payments. This would provide you with more disposable income and allow you to make overpayments, therefore increasing the equity in the property. Saving can be hard, especially with rising living costs, but setting yourself a target that you can stick to will get you on the right path, even if this is only a small amount each month. Looking at your finances and seeing what you're spending each month can help you figure out a monthly saving goal. Most banks will allow you to see a breakdown of what category you are spending the most on. It may be that you didn't realise how much you were spending on certain things and you may be able to cut back. Ensure you are saving for your deposit in the right place can also help you reach your saving goals faster. The Lifetime ISA scheme run by the government is aimed at helping people buy their first home or for their later life. A Lifetime ISA can be opened up by anyone between the ages of 18 and 40 and incentivises savers by topping up your savings by 25% each year. You can put up to £4,000 each year until you're 50, and for every £4,000 the government will add an extra £1,000. You'll also get interest on the money kept in the ISA. This amount will depend on the provider you choose. If you're a couple, you can both use a Lifetime ISA to save for your deposit, allowing you to maximise your deposit further. However, if you withdraw it for any other reason than buying a home or once you reach the age of 60, you'll have to pay back the 25% government bonus received. You can't use it to pay for solicitor fees or other costs, so make sure to keep money elsewhere for the fees and costs when buying your first home. It's easy to focus on saving for a deposit, but there are plenty of other costs involved when buying your first home. This includes solicitor fees, mortgage fees, moving costs, and furniture costs. If you've only saved a small deposit, shared ownership may be a good option to consider. Shared ownership allows you to purchase a share of a leasehold property and pay below market rent on the remainder share of the property. As you will only need a mortgage for the share you own, you will also only need a deposit for the percentage of that share. This can be a good way of getting on the property market for someone who is currently renting. It allows them to build up equity in the property by paying off their mortgage and have the opportunity to purchase more shares in the future, as and when they can afford to do so. If you've been unable to save for a deposit by yourself, there are some other options. There are some 100% mortgages available, but these are limited and have a strict criteria. For example, Skipton have a product aimed at using rental payment history to assess affordability. There are also products aimed at those who are lucky enough to be able to get help from their family members, such as family assist mortgages, where family members' income can be used to help with affordability, or equity in the family home can be used instead of a deposit. Effectively, the family member will act as a guarantor, which can have implications though for the family member. If you're unsure of how much deposit you might need to save, call us on 02380 668 407 or visit our website www.pilsouthampton.co.uk.